Hello, beautiful souls. Let's get into it. I want to talk to you guys about trusting your process, right? This morning, I woke up and I was listening to a song. I don't remember who sings the song. I'm going to look it up. But it's Never Could I've Made It, right? I don't remember his name, right? And I started crying. I got so emotional, right? And I know that I got emotional for so many reasons because sometimes the universe, God, whoever you believe in, finds a way to communicate with you and tell you that how things are going to work. Like I was saying, how things are going to work out for you, right? I've been through some stuff that I didn't know that I was going to pull through. I've been through some stuff where I'm like, why me, right? And again, those are layers of myself that I had to let go of. Those are, they were part of my journey for me to be able to elevate, right? But at the time when I was going through them, and I went through them, like every time I went through them, they were so, oh my God, right? I was like, how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it, right? And apparently I got out of them, right? But I don't think that I've learned that lesson that I needed to learn, right? The first couple of times, I didn't learn. And the lesson I was supposed to learn, I didn't learn it. So apparently it happened again, right? And this last time, right, it happened, right? And I was like, what the fuck? But as it was happening, guys, right, part of me was like, this shit is a test. Don't fall for it. It's a test, E. Like, it's a test. Know that this shit is not real. And I kept saying it to myself. I said, this shit is not real. This shit is not real. This shit is not real. I still went through the process, guys. I still went through the process. But I know deep down inside, I believed it with everything I had that this shit was a test. And I was like, you know what, God? My spirit team, the universe, this shit is a test. I don't care. I know it's going to work out in my favor. I kept saying it over and I knew it was a test. I was like, I know this is a test. I know it's a test. This is not real. This is not real. I was like, this is not real. I don't care how it's playing out. I knew it wasn't real. And I was like, everything is going to work out in my favor, no matter how bad it was looking. And when I explained to you guys how bad it was extremely bad. I was like, oh no, this shit. But I did not believe. I deep down in my heart, I knew it was going to work out in my favor, right? Even though the human part of me was kind of skeptical, but guess what? Because I was so connected and I believed in my journey and I knew it was a test, I was like, nah, this shit ain't happening. There's days I was just like, oh my God, but I could tell you 85% of the time I was like, shit, not even to the last minute I was being tested, right? And when everything worked out, it was just like so mad. And when everything worked out, right, I was like, oh shit, right? Because it was a time frame, and every time I went, it was like, no, I was being turned down. I was being turned down. It was a problem. It was a this. It was a that. It was this. It was that. And part of me was like, fuck. And another part of me was like, fuck that shit. This is a game. This is a game, E. It's a game. Don't fall for it. You got this, girl. You got this. And I kept telling myself that, like, E, you got this. Everything gonna work out in your favor, E. Don't even doubt it. Move by faith. Okay, know that they pull you through. Your God, your spirit team got you out of so much shit. And this, like, come on, girl, you got this. And trust and believe, everything worked out in my favor. And after that moment, I realized that I am the creator. I write my own story. that's when I realized, you know what? I write my own story. If you believe something is not going to work out for you, it's not going to work out for you. If you believe that you don't need to change, you're never going to change. If you don't believe that you're going to heal, right? You're going to heal. Your spirit team, your God is going to heal you. You're not going to heal. And if you believing it like half-assed, like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, the same energy you put out, it's the same energy you're going to get in return. And the only reason I could tell you guys that I could share this because I've been going through that, okay? And I decided to be like, fuck it. I'm writing my story. Everything is going to work out how I say it's going to work out, okay? And for me to be able to do that, I had to let so much layers of myself go. I had to really connect. I had to remove myself, detach myself from a lot of things. And another thing, a lot of times, like I keep telling you guys, we are taught to look outside for help, right? And a lot of people are suffering with illnesses. A lot of people have mental illness, and like I was saying, is attached to, oh, I'm depressed, I'm going through a depression, or I'm this, I'm that. And it's because of what they see on social media, what they see around them, and they call it onto them, and then they start feeling that way, and they start embracing that energy, and that energy start attaching themselves to we start being attached, to that energy. But if you don't claim it and you don't accept it, and you know what? No, this shit is not for me. No, this is not for me. This is not written for me. I'm like, and I say that all the time. I be like, this is not written for me. I don't understand what is going on, but this is not for me. Please find what's written for me. I want whatever is written for me. That's what I want. I don't want nothing that's not written for me. And like I tell you guys, each one of us have our own journey. And if you have your own journey, you have your own story. You can rewrite your story. You can rewrite your story. Because I feel if you don't know your story, right? And like you were born, everything your mom taught you, then you went to school, and then friends and the streets and whatever taught you things, right? You have to unlearn them. The same way they taught you things, now you have to depend within yourself. You have to tap in, okay? And tapping in is not easy. You understand? And to tap in, you have to have faith, okay? Because if you're moving with doubt and you don't believe in your journey, and you don't believe in your gods, and you don't believe in your spirit team, you don't believe in you. You don't believe in yourself. You understand? And only you can heal you. Only you can do it. I know we are taught that God is in the sky and he's going to come up and do this amazing work. I was taught that. Again, I always say that I was raised Catholic. My mom is to the bone, but through my journey and through my awakening process, I've learned to communicate different with my God, okay? Because I have my own God. I am my own God and goddess, okay? I have my ancestors, my spirit team. I have my divinity. Like, we communicate, okay? So that's how I can have this conversation with you and with you guys and really explain certain things, because I've been through certain things. You understand? I'm not just like, and not everyone is going to understand my post or what I'm talking about. It's not for everyone. And the reason I'm saying it's not for everyone, because if you're not going through a spiritual awakening, or you haven't connect with your journey, or really understand that, oh shit, I'm going through a spiritual awakening, you're really not going to understand what I'm saying. Okay, you probably like, oh my gosh, what is she talking about? But if you are going through a spiritual awakening, even though our journeys are different, everybody's journey is different. Everyone's journey is different. Your journey is not going to look like mine. Mine does not look like yours or anybody else's. But the only way we can communicate, because we have certain things that happens that's similar, that you can be like, oh, this is what's going on. Okay, okay? And you have to trust the process. The key thing is, no matter how it may look, no matter how hard you may think, trust the process. And another thing I want to say, right? When people say, when you're talking to God or your gods, when you're on that level, you understand that you have a team, right? You have to communicate, okay? They are here to help you, okay? The universe is here to help you. God is here to help you. Your spirit team is here to help you, okay? If you panic, they panic, okay? If you acting like you don't believe what you doing and you iffy and this and that, you gonna get tested and iffy and da. But if you standing solid 10 toes down and like, okay, I'm in this, and I know I trust my process and I want everything that is written for me. If something ain't written for me come to my path, I want it removed. And you have to believe in that. You have to stand 10 toes on what you believe, okay? That's what a spiritual awakening is. That's what it feels like, and it doesn't stop. And the last thing, some people feel like, oh, I went through this already. I'm good. You know, I did my spiritual awakening. It's over. It's never over. It's never over. Okay, it goes from one level to the next, 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 to the next. I'm excited because I just closed a chapter. Okay, I just closed a chapter, and I guess that's why I was so emotional. Like I was saying in the beginning, I was just like crying, like, oh my God, I couldn't have made it without my team. I couldn't have made it if I didn't trust my process. Like I could not made it through what I've made it through. I couldn't have gotten this victory if I did not trust my process. Okay, so if you're going through whatever you're going through and you really want to, you tapped in, just trust your process. Trust your process. Don't put any doubts. Don't feel like, oh my God, is it going to work? Trust your process. That's all I can say.